Hey there. Welcome to your daily dose of elephant wisdom on Monday, February 21, 2022. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm sure I'll mention it again, it will be 2/22/22, so hopefully 2 is your lucky number, someone out there. All right, well, this has changed a lot. Actually, it's changed multiple times. I woke up kind of in the middle of our night here to it up. Then you can see we're on the hourly here. We've had, 4 hours of just a 2-hour span where we dropped from 39 all the way down to 37, almost $2,000. And then this last, not even hour, let's have even more fun. We'll try the 15 minute. Yeah, you can see that, I guess it was that 1 hour span right there, really popped back up. So I was getting ready to come on saying it's getting close to our indicator here, and this would be a good time to buy. But now, not so much. Well, you can see this is, again, 15-minute chart here. So on the 15-minute, it is rising up against resistance. And let's just sort of scope out a little bit more. And you can see the longer time frame, the higher time frames, we'll see this resistance get further away. So now let's go to the 1 hour, and we can see that rising up here. So it really depends kind of what you're trading. Again, the 15-minute chart, and when markets move super fast, trading on the daily chart, unless, if you're trying to actually trade, you're not using the daily chart at that point. So, you'd be using something like this. We could even check the 5-minute chart here, and you can see on the 5-minute chart, right, we just got on top of support. We just flipped that resistance into support. So, depends on the time frame, right? 5 minutes, you're like, this is a buy. It's right there. It's gonna, hopefully support and go. If we zoom out to the 15-minute, that same indicator is providing, some decent resistance. So, and again, we zoom back out to the hour, and you can see we have resistance here. I think we were on the hourly the other day, and we kind of drew this baseline, which has since obviously been shattered. But what it sometimes will do also, right, is it will act as resistance on the way back up. So what we're going to do, we'll just extend it right on over. And now we'll see if we get anything. And again, this was fairly hastily drawn. But again, when you're doing 15-minute, 1 hour charts, you are looking for very quick things. So again, this is our white line here that we just extended out. And again, resistance here. And, that's when your system, when you trade, you'll have to sort of adjust. The same indicator here that might be great on the daily may or may not be great on the, 15-minute or 5-minute chart. That's where you kind of back test, which means you will sort of look back and simulate trades and see how that strategy would have done with different sort of lengths of indicators, moving averages, and so forth. So you can see here on our RSI, huge jump OBV, and then again, we're on the 15-minute chart. So all this within the last hour, we have shot up. And in the United States here, it's a holiday, so banks aren't open, markets aren't open. It's interesting, this reaction here, but we'll see. Let's see if it has legs. Again, there's a lot of... let's just go back to our daily just to get a little bit more of a bird's eye. And we can see the daily. We came down and we touched our support here. So that was kind of a nice sign. And then we bounced back up. This is sort of that white hourly line that we drew a little bit ago, right? So that's actually proven decent on the daily as well, at least today. So these would be things you would think about, again, trading. If we get another breakdown below this blue line, definitely going to be shorting that because that's a pretty level. We'll probably be back to, again, mid-30s if that breaks. And I said yesterday, we'll probably test the 37 here again, which we have. and it has responded nicely. So that's been good to see. But you can see a lot of the coins are going to look the same. And let's just go back to the hourly, just because that's a little bit more fun sometimes, right? You get to see a little more action. Again, it all depends on your goals and what you're trying to do, what chart you're looking for. If you're a long-term holder, you have zero interest in the 1 hour chart or the 15-minute chart. If you are trying to make a rent payment in 2 weeks, yeah, you might be interested in this and trading. And you can see here, pretty nice level of support there. So I'd even, just for fun, right, we can do our little support line here. Color that something a little bit different. And again, we'll just sort of see how that holds up over time. And again, this is Ethereum right there. So let's see what happens. But again, most of these are going to look similar. ADA, we've been looking at this lately. It lost our support here. We were down in the lower 90s, and we have responded back up above that sort of 94-cent support slash resistance, depending on your time. Again, we're on the hourly here. If we zoom out a little bit more on our day, we'll take a look at what that looks like. You can see on the daily, we wicked back down through that, right? And now we're just back above it. So living on the edge right there. And as I mentioned yesterday, if we lose that, we have probably weekly support in the mid 70s would be our next goal. So again, everything depends kind of on, you know, big boy Bitcoin, of course. Telcoin again, and we're back on the daily. Let's just go back to the hourly. Yeah, and you can see that's responded again. It's formed a nice little sort of base there, around 5 cents. That's, or not 5 cents, we wish, right? 0.005. Hopefully we'll eliminate a zero soon. That's there. A couple things we've been looking at, and again, we'll see a lot of these. This is the hourly, so in the last hour, we have seen infusion into just about everything, right? So this is our sandbox. Again, let's see how that's looking on the daily, because that was looking pretty good. And that's holding kind of on our daily right there. We're still below it. So danger time here. This would actually be a risk-reward short opportunity on the daily, where you're going to think it's going to rally. It got rejected the other day. Remember, we talked about wicks. And here's a pretty fun kind of an equal wick, right? So this seems to be an important level when you see this, where there's a big wick kind of matching on both sides. We'll blow that up a little bit. So that means it came down here, and, you know, buyers jumped in and said that's not going to go any lower than here. And then it popped up here, and sellers said it is not going to go any higher than here. So pretty, like, this would be, if this was a boxing match, it would be kind of a tie right now. Pretty neutral sort of a situation. So kind of an important level as far as that goes. Shiba had a nice little move here. And again, we're back on the daily, and we see it jumping right back into resistance again. We'll take a look on that hourly, and kind of the same thing. And I know I'm kind of making this a little bit longer, but we've talked a lot again about the confluence, the convergence of indicators that are coming in this next couple of weeks. Big picture, if I had to guess, I think we go down more in February, just in the next week or so. And I think the end of the month, March, I think we're going to see, I feel like we're going to see a really nice March, nice April. Of course, we're running into tax season there, but we shall see. So this is Bitcoin back on the hourly. We have our RSI is sort of flattening out here. So we're running a little bit out of steam. And again, kind of just sort of still in this range. So we're kind of being patient here. And we see a lot of, again, those indicators coming down to meet us. It's tough to see that on the hourly so much. We'll go daily. We see the same thing. Indicators are flipped. We're under our golden lines under here. So we're just really looking at this level right now, which is 37-ish, for that to hold. That's really the big one right now. Of course, we want to crack back over our little hourly support, 39.7, but this battle right here between this white line and blue line is what you want to keep an eye on here. That will be, at least short-term wise, pretty important. Okay, that'll do it for today. Thanks for listening, and please chime in with any request of coins you'd like us to look at. We'd love if you could subscribe and share, and we will keep trying to get you regular content out. And thanks again. This is Mark signing off.